and welcome to FS Golf in Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania. My name is Frank Stranick. Back in December of 2013, I did a daily video for the PPGS golf swing, and it had to do with club fitting for length. Since it was fairly well received, I've been asked to do an additional video and to expand a little bit on those items that I felt were important, particularly when they're associated with length. All right. Now, why length? Well, as you can see, I have 12 items listed here, and the length of the club has a direct impact on every one of these items. First of all, your setup position from the ball, how far you are to and from the ball. The spine angle, how far you're bent over. Your swing path or your swing arc. Usually the further you are from the ball, a little flatter it's going to be, and the closer you are, a little more vertical. Your swing planes, vertical and horizontal, and your angle of attack, I'm going to leave for just a second. I'm going to address them a little later in the video using Don Trahan's swing, and I'll give you some parameters in this particular area, in these particular areas that you want to get to, because they will yield for you your best results. Your hand position and shaft angle, your loft angle, rhythm, tempo, and timing. The longer the club is, the more precise you have to be with your body movements. You don't want your body arriving too quickly, because then you get the club stuck behind you, and either you have slices going out to the right or you duck hook them to the left. Moment of inertia and swing weight. As you increase or decrease the length of the club, you're going to increase or decrease the weight or the feeling, the swing feel of that club. Centrifugal force, that's how heavy that club feels when you swing it, how much force it feels like you're putting on the club. And lastly, and equally important, is impact location consistency. Where on the face are you hitting the ball? So to show you a recent fitting, this is a player who came to me with a driver that was 45 and 5/8 inches long. This is standard off the rack driver. And you can see the impacts that occurred in the upper left-hand part of the screen. They are not consistently nearest to center, and as a result, the ball did not go consistently where the player wanted it to go. Why? The club is too long. And when you're swinging or using the peak performance golf swing, it is impossible to bring the club back to the positions that you need with the vertical nature of the swing with a club that is this length. You're going to find that more than likely the length of your clubs are going to be somewhere in the 43s, 43 and a half, 43 3/4, maybe even 43 inches. There are some players who may get to 44 inches, but generally that's the unusual case. What I have here is a series of impact labels that I did with the player. I have a club head that I can put different shafts into that are different lengths, and we can make a club length that can vary 1/4 of an inch at a time. As you can see, we had club lengths of 43 and a half, 43 3/4, and 44 inches long. And what we're looking for is, where does a player most consistently impact the ball nearest the center of the face? And then we'll talk about, are you comfortable in your spine angle? Can you tell where the head is at when you swing the club? How does this club feel to you, etc.? You want the player to be comfortable with the club that is selected, and you want to be able to make the quality impacts. Based upon this, I took the 43 3/4 inch club, and I used that length to adjust his club from 45 and 5/8 down to 43 3/4. This is a test club right here. The one you see below it is actually his club cut to 43 3/4 inches. As you can see, the impacts pretty much mirror the test club above it. When the player swung the club, he said, the club feels a little light. I'm having a little difficulty telling where the head is at when I put the club in rotation, which you need to know so you can bring the head back to the ball correctly. So what we did is we just added some weight to the head end of the club. We got it to where it felt perfect to him, and then he also wanted a little adjustment in the grip, so we added some tape under the lower hand and brought the grip out a little bit so it felt comfortable. And we had him swing the club a few times without impacting a ball. He said, this feels great, my setup feels right, my spine angle feels right, I can track the club head in rotation, so now let's hit a ball. So we did, and what you see in the lower right corner over there is the impact of the club adjusted for MOI, moment of inertia, and the club grip also adjusted. Quite a good impact, nice precise dimple pattern, and very close to the center of the club. And there's the result of that particular impact, and that's where the ball tracked. As you can see, a little bit of a draw, and landed right on the center line. I'm sure we would all like to have our clubs do this, and I'll leave to your imagination where the shots went from his original club. They were not as you see that one there. Now, this is Don Trahan. He is the developer of the Peak Performance golf swing. It is a body-friendly, limited turn, three-quarter swing that is a little bit different than what you may be used to in the rotational swing, because it's a more vertical swing than a rotational swing. I have a little video here and show you what Don looks like when he swings the club, and I want you to pay attention to the vertical nature of the swing, and also his ability to get back down and through the ball and then to a perfect finish position. Right knee by the left knee, belt buckle towards the target, shoulders square, high hands. All right, that is the Peak Performance golf swing as performed by the master of the swing. Okay, now I said I was going to leave a couple items till a little bit later. Horizontal swing plane, vertical swing plane, angle of attack, and then face angle. What are these and where are they measured? The horizontal swing plane is measured at the low point of the arc of your swing. It is the relationship of the center of gravity to the ground line in the direction that the head is tracking. So it's a head relationship to the ground, and its direction as tracking. In order to bring the club back and through correctly using this swing, we would like to have a nominal horizontal swing plane of about 3 to 5 degrees inside out. You can see this one says horizontal swing plane, that's the H plane, 2.8 degrees. Where is it measured? It's measured at the low point of the swing. Where is the low point of the swing? Well, let me just go on to the next slide here, and you can see here is the swing arc right here, and here is the low point of the swing right here. And there's the ball. So we're down at the low point, and now we're going to come up into the ball, and that's what you want to have on all of your drives. You want to have an upward angle of attack coming into the ball. Vertical swing plane. That is not the path. We're not talking about the path of the swing arc. We're talking about, at impact, what is the relationship of the center of gravity of the club to the ground line. That's where the vertical swing plane is measured. If you're a rotational swinger, you'll probably see something in the order of 40 to 45 degrees as a vertical swing plane. If you are a peak performance golf swing, as you saw Don swing, you will find that your horizontal swing plane, your vertical swing plane will be somewhere between 55 and 60 degrees. And that's the nominal values that you want to get to. In this case, the vertical swing plane is 55.3. I'll put all these together in a second. And this is your angle of attack. The angle of attack that you want to achieve coming into the ball should be about a positive 3 to a positive 5 degrees. In other words, up angle, positive 3 to positive 5. Now, if you take a horizontal swing plane that is somewhere between 3 and 5 degrees inside to outside at the low point of the arc of your swing, in other words, you're going to the right, and your vertical swing plane is between 55 and 60 degrees, and your angle of attack is plus 3 to plus 5, all of these with the face square to your target line, your ball is going to wind up very close to the center of the fairway. Now, why would you dislike something like that? So when you go in for a fitting, spend a little time with your fitter, particularly if you have a flight scope. They can show you these screens right here and see what can be done to help you get within those parameters. When you view this video, copy down those parameters and remember what they are. the horizontal swing plane measured at the low point of the swing, reference between the center of gravity of the club and the ground line. The vertical swing plane is measured at impact. It is a relationship between where is the center of gravity and the ground line. The angle of attack should be an up angle of attack, and your face angle at impact should be square. Okay? Now, after saying that, here are the 3 hits that Don had when I was checking him. As you can see, they're all quite close to one another. That's an 8-yard grouping diameter. He did not hit them to the right. It's just that I picked one target line and he picked another one on a building out a little bit further. And you know, Don tends to be picking places where he wants to go. So had he done the target line I had, they would all be in the center of that fairway. But they are 8 yards apart. And this is what you should be striving for. And I think if you spend a little bit of time working on the peak performance golf swing and trying to get the horizontal, vertical swing planes, the angle of attack, and the face angle to those numbers that I gave you, you will find that within this swing, your impacts will be much more crisp. Your impact locations will be closer to the center. Your accuracy and consistency will be greatly improved. Your distances will be either the same or slightly enhanced. Your location in the fairway will be where you want it to be and where you can play your next shot much more consistently and much more accurately to the target that you have, and your enjoyment level of playing the game will be enhanced. I hope this additional information helps you. If you have any questions about that, you can always give me a call, or better yet, go on my website, fsgolf.net. There's a way to contact me, or through email, fsgolf@comcast.net. I'd be glad to answer any and all questions you have on this subject. And if you just want to discuss it or you need some clarification, I'm open to that also. Okay? So until then, enjoy your golf and have a good day, and I'll see you down the road. Bye now.